The lunar base.
さあ、ここを早く出ないと。
A red pod hovers in a stark white room. It glides silently to the other side of the room and turns a heavy handle, opening a door to the outside. The scene beyond is of a great blue orb floating in total darkness, the Earth. In truth, the red pod is on the surface of the moon. Dropping its line of sight into a crater, it sees a black-clad girl lying on the ground, unconscious. The pod lifts the girl and returns into the room.
ここはどこ？
確か。一体どうなってる？
どこかに閉じ込められているのでしょうか。真っ白ですね。この眠っている少女はみんな少し落ち着いて。ママはどこにいるの？報告。この子を運んだらちゃんと説明するから少し待っててちょうだい。
機械は喋った。
Suddenly, voices belonging to those summoned from weapon stories call out from within the pod. Their faces are also projected onto screens. Their consciousness are carried inside the machine. The carried cannot comprehend the current circumstances. To address their confusion, the pod finally speaks.
怪盗、ちょっと見た目が変わったけど、私はママよ。
Yorha, number 10, Model H. The pod explains the situation to those summoned from weapon stories. The cage exists inside a server on the moon, and it stores the data on humanity, now extinct. This structure was built to house and protect the cage, and the girl the pod carries is its caretaker. They must help her right away. The girl is corrupted by the attacks from the black foes. Those summoned from the weapon stories eliminate the corruption, and the girl wakes.
あれ、ここは体が動かない。
The girl's voice sounds from within the red machine. The corruption is bad enough they are not able to restore her body. Only her consciousness data.
お姉さん、具合はどう？その声、もしかして、ひよちゃん？
Despite the urgent circumstances, the black-clad girl is her usual irreverent self. Seemingly not caring about the state of her own body, she expresses astonishment at the sound of Fio's voice. The girl is Yorha, number 10, Model H. The android's nickname is 10H. And the red machine, this is the true form of Mama, also known as Pod 006, and her task is to assist 10H. Together, they protect the cage in humanity's moon base. Through her duties, 10H has grown attached to those in the weapon stories. On the desolate surface of the moon, the girl's one joy is reading their stories. And now she finally gets to meet them. Her heart overflows. 10H and Pod consider their next steps. Through the hostile network that connected itself to the moon-based server, they can transport those from the weapon stories to Earth and defeat the enemy. Carrying the still confused summon, 10H and Pod access the virtual network space. The path to Earth. 10H and the Pod carrying the weapon stories proceed through the network connecting the moon-based server and Earth. Unlike the cage, this network is for transferring data, so its virtual environment is simpler. But here and there stand cage-like structures. As they proceed, they come across antenna-like access points. They are blackened and block the way forward.
まずいなあ、このアンテナは月と地球のネットワークをつなぐ大切な衛星につながってるのに。
This antenna stands in orbit at the halfway point between Earth and the Moon, connected to the server. It is through here the enemy attacked the cage. In order to continue to Earth, the android girl employs prepared programs meant to purge the corruption. Halfway point. The programs installed into the corrupted halfway point server are the siblings who collected the sun and moon fragments. 10H discovered them wandering the cage and sought their help. The virtual space inside the server takes the shape of a museum. Displayed here are the records of humanity, its history until its extinction. White chlorination syndrome, the Gestalt project, replicants. If this knowledge was to be lost, the revival of humanity would be doomed. And the memories of the siblings' family would be lost as well. The siblings with 10H resolve to save the cage and protect the data of humanity. At the halfway point, 10H accesses the bunker server and attempts to purge its corruption. The bunker was once the android's base, but she learns that while she was attending to her duty on the moon, her army was totally destroyed. 10H put up for so long with being alone on the moon. But now that she knows about the fate of the bunker, she truly is alone. She begins to feel the corruption washing over her. But at that moment, the siblings save her from hopelessness, and they form a bond of friendship. They promise to see the Earth together. 10H sends her first friends into the halfway point's servers, final area. Noble sacrifice. The final area of the halfway point server. The siblings enter. It is the altar where they crossed blades. There they learn. Their journey to collect the fragments and restore the sun and the moon indeed opened the passage, allowing the enemy to attack the cage. The siblings are overcome with guilt.
あなたたちは対立を生むだけじゃない。私をこの世界につなぎ止めてくれた。きっと信じてるよ。
But, in their hearts, they hold the resolution they made with 10H. In order to save their world, in order to protect humanity, they must see everyone to Earth safely. The two stand upon the altar and raise their hands to the sky. offering up their precious memories of their family, they create an eclipse with the sun and the moon. This is the passage to Earth. Then, 10H and the data-carrying pod appear. All that is left is to head to Earth, but in that moment a great number of black foes appear. 10H draws her sword and stands between everyone and the foes. The girl's body is covered in static. She is corrupted enough that she will not survive the journey to Earth. The girl will offer herself up as payment instead. Trying to contain their overwhelming emotions, Pod and the siblings make good on 10H's sacrifice and enter the eclipse. Their thoughts with the girl, they turn and head towards Earth.